Hey, when's the last time you had an HIV test? If it's been a while, or if you've never had one, come with me to find out what it's like. Hi, I'm here to see Kimberly. The first step is to call and schedule an appointment for HIV testing. The center also accepts walk-ins, but they're dependent on staff availability, so you're not guaranteed a spot. If you've scheduled an appointment, walk up to your receptionist and let them know that you're here for testing. If you're a walk-in, let them know that you're here to take an HIV test, and they'll call upstairs to see if someone's available.
Yes, I see you have a 4 o'clock appointment. I'll let her know you're here. If you would like, you can head up the stairs to the second floor art gallery.
So Steve, what brings you in for an HIV test today?
Well, it's been a while since my last test, so I just want to be sure of my status.
That's great. Before we begin the test, we're just going to go over this consent form.
The counselor is going to help you think through what a positive result might mean.
What would it mean to you if you were to test positive today?
I don't know, I haven't really thought of that.
And I can totally understand that, but it's actually a little bit easier to think of what you would do and who you would reach out to before you get an unexpected test result.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if I were positive, I would want to see a doctor right away.
And that's a really great goal. And part of my role would be helping you get linked into excellent medical care. If you were to test positive, who do you think you would reach out to for emotional support besides your doctor?
I would call my best friend. We can talk about anything. If you have someone in your life who can give you support, you can bring them with you when you're tested. They will be allowed to stay with you until your results are revealed. If you do not have a person you feel comfortable talking to in a situation like this, don't worry. Center and Halsted staff will be there to support you.
If you're ready to test, then let's start. So what you're going to do is you're just going to swipe this across your top gum and then swipe it across your bottom gum. And it's okay if you turn it around. And are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
Okay, so I'll take your left hand. Okay, so this is going to be a slight little pinch, okay? That's it. Now I'm going to wipe away this first drop, and then I'm going to take the second one. There we go. And I'm going to put 15 minutes on the timer now.
You may be nervous while you wait for your results. You're not alone. Most people are. Feeling nervous and wondering what if is completely normal. Your testing counselor will help you through it.
So Steve, the next part of the process is going over this risk assessment form. And on this risk assessment form, I'm going to be asking you some basic demographic questions, and I'll also be asking you some more personal questions about sexual behavior and drug use. And the purpose of these more personal questions is just to help us both figure out where the risk for HIV is coming from, if there is a significant risk, all right? But be aware that all of your answers to these questions are completely confidential, okay? So I'm not gonna be sharing your business with anybody, and they're completely voluntary. So if I ask you something that makes you feel uncomfortable or that you just don't wanna respond to, then please let me know. We won't continue the form, all right?
So if I had unprotected sex a week ago, I'd have to come back for another test?
Right, so if the last time you had unprotected sex was a week ago, you would definitely need to come back to get another test. And the reason for that is because this test is screening for antibodies to HIV. And antibodies are your immune system's response to HIV. And it takes time for everybody's body to build up enough of an immune system response to trigger a positive test result. All right? And specifically, it takes everyone about 3 months to produce enough antibodies to show up positive on an HIV test. And So if the last time you had unprotected sex was a week ago, then I recommend you get tested 3 months from now. That way, you can be sure that a negative test result is conclusive. Because the tests that we're doing today would not be a definitive test result because we're still within that 3-month window period. Does that make sense?
At this point, I get my results. If my results are negative, I can be sure that I was negative up until 3 months ago. I would be encouraged to get it tested again to have my most up-to-date results. My testing counselor would also give me referrals to support and services like the Keep It Up project to help me stay negative. If I am positive, it will be considered a preliminary positive, and I would have to take an additional oral swab test to confirm. If that test also comes back positive, the Center on Halsted will help me find the medical treatment and community support for all my health needs. Well, I think you've answered all my questions today. I'll be back in another 6 months.
Well, Steve, if you don't have any more questions, then it was great to meet you, and feel free to ask for me if you want to schedule another appointment at the center. All right?
All right.
Okay, take care.
See, that was pretty quick and easy. So come to the Center on Halsted and get tested. You'll know your status, and you'll get advice on how to best protect your health.